KRBrickBot, and in the midst of the new Tobot revival, there was also some other Tobot product going around in Korea. Yeah, I found out that Korea had a Korean launch of the mini Quatran, which was previously just sold only in the international markets, and a small supply of it back in 2020. But now, this is a domestic launch. And I had to get it myself just to make sure whether this was actually just a sticker or actually printed on it. It is actually printed on. It's not like just a stock of the international versions stickered on. Bilingual? Is this like a bilingual package? Yeah, so there's a logo right there, like Mini Quatran, and then the English names, 4 cards combined. Difficulty level 1, yeah, so that's weird. This is unusual to have a reissue in 2023. How is Young Toys keeping 2 car licenses? And the old Kia at that, because, you know, Kia changed its logo. Yeah, so as I'm aware, the main differences between the international and the Korean version of this Quatran is just all the new Korean text on here, as with the Korean product information. The sides just look about the same, just with the Korean word mark here, and then yep, the logo here, and then yet the same English blurbs about the cars forming the parts, and also the age rating here. Most powerful 4-part integration. Kind of advertising a not Hyundai department stores. Yep, that same blurb here. The international version Mini Quatran now has a domestic launching, the exact same here. Wait, have these official renders of Quatran always had these wheels misaligned and clipping all these years, all the time? Also, stickers. You need these stickers, or else the cars are gonna look awfully plain and unfinished, especially 2 of them. Just gonna go over the Mini Quatran quickly again. The W, the Kia Ray, C, the K3, D, the Morning, and R, the unspecified realistic fire truck. Simply rendered. Yeah, I mean, you know, W has a big old sliding gap right in the door. And then they all have metallic blue headlights, which is nice over the baby blue they usually do. And then looks like they all share the same wheel type, you know, just for cost cutting. And then, yeah, the R's windows are all stickered, so that could be a little annoying. As for the back, most of the back windows here are stickered as well. D is still with that aqua blue with the titanium striping here and the Tobot D there, but the window here is a little off paint. I mean, not quite the perfectly painted one. It looks like this one is slightly higher. It's very obvious to see this is a seam line that was 2 halves of a car put together, and they're not perfectly aligned. I guess the mold kind of degraded over its several years of usage. And I guess it's cast in the same dark red as R, just for cost cutting on the same mold sprue without any budget for like making a new orange part or spray painting it. In my opinion, C is the best looking one of this set. But what happened to the painted windows on this half? It's really all, look, it was a hard brush was stroked on it. Yeah, that's really noticeable. Despite being Kia cars, there really are no stickers to put on their tiny little rounded and not perfectly flattened spots that would have the Kia logos. Yeah, so they look like them, so I guess that's good enough. And speaking of Kia, of course these are tiny little cars and not terribly squished. I mean, yeah, I guess these cars in particular were just only slightly modified proportions. Surely each of them have different scales, but I guess they generally fall in the 1/36th range. Combination should be simple enough. Pre-deployed feet. Roof up. Since 2016. And then, yeah, just I guess get your finger there to... Nice little springy there to latch that torso in. Push that arrow down for the head reveal. Slide. Left arm. With sliding arrows and the indicator of letters. Right arm, 3 steps. No need for extending slider joints because there are ugly slider joints already cut in there. Still that chonky, strong-armed, buff wrestling archetype type of combiner bot. But in Voyager size. Most of the details are painted on, but these leg stickers were stickered. I kind of misaligned the foot ones. Could have had a few more stickers in the crotch area because you can hardly see the Q there. And a bit more license plates and such. In a way, this simplification of this one beam arm connecting here is more clean than the folding panels of the bigger toy. It's still quirky how the torso is an upside down van and how large of a shelf it is. Yeah, just that much of the car sticking out from the front, so I guess later designs would just make that more streamlined. Quite the design coincidence that all the classic Tobot combiners have upside down car torsos. Articulation. That was it. That's all the articulation it has. Just 2 slightly inward and 3. Those are only transformation joints and ratcheted knees at just very 2 soft clicks. Yeah, of course, granted, the big Quatran did not have any hips for stability reasons. But this mini one doesn't have any shoulders because it's just simplification of a block. It's just a rectangular block. You can't move forward at all. Yeah, so yeah, this is the best pose you're gonna get. It's just very static. Disappointingly static. It could just kind of waddle a bit. What is it with classic mini Tobot combiners having immovable square shoulders? Stability reasons? Dude's got less articulation than a G1 combiner. The Tobot Combiner miniseries has been around for 8 years since 2016, but not for Korea. And then so when they got some assortment in 2019, I prioritized Triton and Giga 7 first, but missed out on Quatran, so I had to wait another good 3 years to finally get a reissue of the mini Quatran. Because it's hard to find affordable Asian imports of these things. And I have it in hand knowing full well that this is pretty much a brick. It's just a static statue brick. It can only do 2 things. Be 4 rolling cars or just be a standing robot. Nothing else. I mean, these guys just have essential and just basic articulation. Yeah, I mean, I think Mini Deltatron's best and this Mini Titan, even though this one is really out of scale. Yeah, so this was like the 3rd one released, you know, so yeah, this is the worst of them just because of being this. But even though I guess it's serviceable for the kids, it's serviceable for the kids and the nostalgic Tobot fans. This is a very good representation of the mini Quatran just to sit on a shelf. It's just kind of interesting and fascinating how Young Toys can have one classic Tobot released in the same year as the new generation of the returning Tobots. Now that Korea has reissued these, it should be slightly easier to get a hold of this mini Quatran, just more for sentimental purposes than being an action figure. Young Toys Korea has been reissuing only the classic Tobot combiners because I guess those are the toys that sell the most. Hardly any of the individual ones, except for K, but are they going to keep releasing reissues alongside the new Tobot just to fill out the shelves more? Or is this the final reissue and this was just in the pipeline? And the other big question is, can we please have these classic Tobots and these classic beloved Tobot pilot characters back? Please, pretty please, Young Toys and RetroBot. Whenever RetroBot stories allows it, and in a young fan's perfect world, main characters and not just guest appearances.